What is going on, everybody? A lot of the lore that I cover on my channel is mostly centered around cinematics and patch updates in the form of emails and voice lines. And usually, the lore that I cover involves the conflict between Alpha and Omega Earth, the Scions of Hourglass, Kingdom Corporation, and just general backstories on the agents themselves. And all these typically involve some sort of action and fighting, and some things that have gone bad before, or some sad stories of faces getting melted like Omen, or Cypher losing his family. But what I haven't covered so far is the lore surrounding relationships within the Valorant protocol. I have made a video on Killjoy and Raze's relationship before, but other than that, there are more love stories in Valorant to cover, so I hope you guys enjoy this video as it is a bit different than the other lore stories, and let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Starting off this video, I want to recap the most popular and I think the only confirmed relationship in the Valorant protocol between Killjoy and Raze. Before it was confirmed that Killjoy and Raze were ever an official couple, the teaser spanned for about nearly 2 years. This is because Valorant's developers like to be rather subtle with how they introduce the lore of the agents, because they want their stories to be more natural and organic, having it take time and progress slowly. The first teaser that these two agents may have something going on was made by Valorant's creative director David Nottingham back in December of 2020. During a Q&A session on Valorant's lore, he went on to share some artwork on these two agents which didn't reveal too much besides them just being friends. When David was asked if there was something more going on, he simply replied that they seem to have a lot in common and they both love messing around with tech. Fast forward a couple months later, in April 1st, 2021, we get another teaser when this dropped on Valorant's main Twitter page. Since you asked, I did see Raze and Killjoy picnicking on the beach. All this dating drama, good thing I'm married. The word dating is what stood out here because it clearly implied that Killjoy and Raze were a little more than just friends hanging out. But the issue became the timing of the post, which was made on April 1st, which is April Fool's Day. And it turns out that it was indeed part of an April Fool's prank by Valorant as it announced its love event. But the teaser itself proved to stick around. On June 10th of the same year, Valorant released a short music video dedicated to Raze on its Brazilian YouTube channel.
No jeito hoje, viu, Binho? Ô, dó. Já passou da hora, né, pai? Vamos lá.
In the video, we got to see a figurine of Killjoy by a windowsill representing a namoradeira doll, which is a traditional Brazilian sculpture whose name translates to sweetheart or flirt. In addition to this, there was some more hints throughout the video, such as Killjoy's shoes hanging from a cable outside of Raze's workshop, and a Killjoy plushie on her desk. Similarly, in November, Riot had a marketing event going on to build hype for their Netflix series Arcane, which involved Killjoy taking over their Twitter account and showing some aspects of her life in between missions. In one of these posts, Killjoy can be seen holding a coffee mug from Salvador, Brazil, Raze's hometown. And in another Twitter takeover, this time by Raze, she was asked the question of how her relationship is with Killjoy. And in response, she made a heart with her hands and let out a wink. Aside from little teasers like this, even the agent's abilities in-game have given hints of their relationship. Raze's Boombot has been said to be a modified version of Killjoy's alarm bot. And did you ever wonder why Killjoy's turret has artwork on it and a literal face? Well, it was actually Raze who did that. And the hints continued on with voice lines of the agents referring to them spending time together until we finally got solid confirmation that they do in fact have a canon relationship when this image was posted on Valorant's main Twitter page. This kiss took place during the time Harbour, Skye, and Astra were looking for the City of Flowers, or Lotus, on Omega Earth. The rest of the agents were waiting on standby until that location was found and a teleporter was built. So in the meantime, Raze took a bunch of these agents out on vacation to her hometown, which was shown through the eyes of Neon in various social media posts. Killjoy was visibly upset in several of these posts because she had lost her beanie which she loved a lot and couldn't get over it. And as the group continued to have fun and enjoy their time in Brazil, it ended off with them attending a concert at night which found Raze and Killjoy alone. Raze presented a box to Killjoy, and in that box was her lost beanie which she had actually forgotten, and Raze had it shipped over to them. Overjoyed by Raze's actions and kindness, the two kissed in the moment, marking their relationship as official and canon. And what's funny about the whole thing is that relationships between agents are actually strictly forbidden in the protocol's rules because they want every agent to be battle ready and willing to prioritize the mission over each other. But after Raze and Killjoy became official, this rule was revoked, and it even had Viper annoyed as she received the email on it, saying that if the agents wanted to have relationships with each other, they can, as they are adults. And that is the story of Killjoy and Raze as it currently stands. There hasn't been any major updates or changes to their relationship, but if there is, I'm sure Valorant will give us some context and hints towards it. Moving on to the second potential relationship in this video is Viper and Chamber. Another pretty hot topic when it comes to Valorant's love stories. Although their relationship is not confirmed or official, the community is quite heavily in favor of them dating and getting something going, especially with all the artwork and even couples cosplaying as the two agents for Halloween. Chamber's relationship with Viper is rather odd when you look at it in a broader sense, because Viper is basically babysitting Chamber during his time as an agent. This is because pretty much nobody trusts Chamber within the Valorant protocol, and this was made clear from the very beginning when he was recruited. Everyone knows that Chamber is rather shady and has ulterior motives and plans that he is hiding and keeping a secret, and Brimstone had instructed Viper to keep a close eye on him. She even promised that if she ever sees Chamber acting in a way that's not within the protocol's best interest, she will take care of it, whatever that means. And even though Viper doesn't trust Chamber, she does believe that he is an important agent for the protocol's plans, and has even acknowledged that he displays a charming personality.
You were charming, but not as clever as you think.
Chamber, on the other hand, is a cocky and rich guy who is known for causing the explosion on Fracture and pretty much destroying the whole map. He had a shaky entry into the protocol, and like I mentioned, no one trusts him, and he is the only agent, in fact, who is friends with his double from Omega Earth. The two of them have some plans that they are cooking, which we do not know yet, but according to Fade's dossier on him, he does believe that it is necessary for him to do so, and he does fear that everyone will see him as a bad person. Besides all this, Chamber has shown interest in Viper through his voice lines in-game, where he even asked her out on a date but was met with a rejection. He also has other voice lines that are flirty towards her, but overall, Viper doesn't seem to be interested.
Viper, you must let me take you out sometime. Dinner, dancing. I know the perfect place.
Chamber, I would rather drink my own poison. Chamber, you've made promises we expect you to keep. Less flirting, more focus. Thank you.
Either she doesn't have an interest in Chamber because of a lack of trust, or she just doesn't like him, or possibly she may feel that as the person in charge of looking after him and watching him, it would go against her duties if she were to date him. But it would be a crazy plot twist if she accepted to date him and get close to him just so she can learn about his true motives and plans, but we'll keep that just a potential theory for now. Another relationship similar to this, which is kind of on an edge and not official, is one that many probably don't even know about. And this one is between Reyna and Breach. While the two are different, as Reyna is a Radiant and Breach is a human, and we know that Reyna has a strong ambition and connection to other Radiants to the point where in the future, she actually starts an all-out war on Earth between Radiants and humans. This war is explained by KO as he goes on to say that she leads the Radiants and a lot of human life is lost, including most of the agents, along with the Earth basically getting destroyed. If you want to learn more about this, check out my lore on KO and Reyna where I go through this in detail. So although Reyna has this strong sense of justice for her Radiant community, she does also show a strong genuine liking for Breach, and they both have a pretty friendly and slightly flirty relationship.
Reyna, I think I'm in love!
I like the way you work, Breach. Violento. Me gusta.
It's not enough to conclude that they both like each other, but it is still worth mentioning. Similarly, Yoru has several voice lines that are pretty flirtatious and aimed towards Skye. What's funny about Yoru is that he actually has a calm and confident voice when he speaks, yet in his voice lines towards Skye, his voice is unusually high-pitched and shaky, which does hint that he may have a deeper affection towards his fellow Radiant.
Skye, that was... that was pretty good. Hey, Flower Girl, I found some leaves. Do you want them?
I've got enough, thanks. But call me Flower Girl again, I'll break your nose.
Also, a fun fact about Yoru is that during the time when Raze took a bunch of these agents out on that vacation mentioned earlier in Brazil, Yoru can actually be seen in the background here trying to sweet talk a girl with his newly learned Portuguese skills. It's also been said that Jett potentially has feelings for Phoenix due to her voice lines complimenting Phoenix and his good looks. But there has also been the counter-argument that this is just Jett's banter talk and her taunting Phoenix in-game.
Don't mess up that pretty face, Phoenix. Where's that smile, Phoenix? Oh, sorry, pretty boy.
And lastly, one of the more recent relationships that is currently building up is between Omen and Vyse. We know that when Vyse was first introduced into the game, she had attacked the protocol agents and was given a chance to join the protocol by Omen. Omen had heard the way the other agents were referring to Vyse as a monster, and that seemed to hit close to his heart because he knows that's how his enemies view him, and he oftentimes views himself as well. This probably sparked a connection in Omen early on, which is why he quickly came to like Vyse and build a close relationship with her after she joined the protocol. Vyse in turn also demonstrates a liking and interest in Omen, even going as far as saying that the protocol need to give him new clothes compared to the rags that he is in. One of the more convincing voice lines that she has is when she is faced with fighting against an enemy Omen, and she voices her dislike in fighting against him, claiming that it is unfair and that the world itself is unfair.
Omen, surely Valorant has the budget to replace those rags hanging off you. I never tire of watching you work, Omen. This isn't fair, being forced to fight Omen. But this isn't a fair world.
Whether this is because of her fear, compassion, or admiration for him, there are quite a bit of clues that Vyse has feelings for Omen and vice versa. More recently in Taeho's reveal cinematic, we got to see various clips of agents spending time together in different places, and one of the clips showed Vyse and Omen hanging out together on a couch playing video games. Obviously, it's not enough to jump to conclusions, but Riot is definitely pushing this idea that these two agents are spending time alone together and demonstrating a liking towards each other. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below on these relationships and any others that I may have missed or could be a potential in the future. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed this video and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. As always, thanks for watching and I'll see you all in the next one.